The headlines: Judge sees need for greater security at Magistrates Courts. A call for better lighting at Hastings boardwalk after robbery. And Bajan Pride face early exit from Super 50. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, January the 12th, 2016. The country's newest High Court judge is recommending greater security at Magistrates Courts. Justice Pamela Beckles, who was promoted from Chief Magistrate, said emotions often run high when suspects are first charged, and especially in high-profile cases. She said that while judges were provided with a security officer, that was so far not the case for magistrates, who must exercise a certain level of caution. Speaking during an interview with Nation News, Justice Beckles also addressed concerns about the length of time it takes for defendants to get a hearing. She said the use of technology in the lower courts should help to speed things up.
We don't have like any magistrate court. We don't have any assistants, computer aid, transcriptionists or anything. And you know the amount of work that we get in the magistrate court. I've always said to them, I can only write for so many hours a day. Afterwards, your fingers are worn down. You can't, you want to go longer. That's the truth. Most of us would love to go longer hours, but we just can't. Because after you've written for about 4 hours, say 5 hours, you can't do no more. You can't write no more after you've taken evidence longhand for 5 hours. So if we had the technology in the magistrate court, maybe we would be able to work longer hours and therefore get through some of the the work quicker than that, and hence then if the matters get through the system quicker, then the persons won't be in the system for such a long time.
An appeal is being made for better lighting along the Richard Haynes boardwalk after 2 visitors were robbed near the Nehru restaurant on Hastings on Monday night. Restaurant director Brian Evelyn told Nation News that too many incidents had been occurring in the area as a result of poor lighting. He said restaurant owners along the stretch have been appealing to the authorities for a long time, but nothing had been done. The CEO of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Sue Springer, was in the restaurant at the time the women were robbed. She said officials had always said there are no lights in stock. She called for police or defense force patrols in the area as a short-term measure. The CEO of constructing firm Innotech says large construction projects can help to turn around the industry and the economy this year. He told Nation News that the redevelopment of Sam Lord's Castle and Andrews Sugar Factory will be critical, though not enough.
There are projects, in my view, like the Pierhead Marina development, that we can no longer continue to leave out. We need to focus on these large type projects. These will have the single largest impacts to the development or redevelopment of the Barbados economy. And I think if we can spend some time between the private sector and the public sector and look at these projects and really turn them around. There are a couple other big projects in and around Barbados that if viewed positively and people get out there and seize the day, I'm sure that we can use some of these projects to turn around the industry and certainly will support an economy which has, as you know, been ailing for a little while.
Revenue Authority workers were at this hour due to be meeting officials of the National Union of Public Workers to discuss whether those who are on provisional assignment should remain with the new Tax and Customs Agency. Speaking before the meeting, NUPW President Akani McDowell said they received a report last week that correspondence was sent to workers asking them to indicate whether they wished to stay. He said the union advised the workers not to sign the option forms until negotiations are completed. Mr. McDowell said matters relating to the terms and conditions of work and pensions still have to be finalized. The chairman of the judging panel for the Frank Cullimore Literary Endowment Awards has praised local writers for the diversity of subjects in this year's competition. Boo Rudder was speaking during the 18th annual award ceremony for the contest named in honor of the late author, poet, and actor.
The strength and poignancy of homegrown stories and the diversity of cultural experiences displayed by writers in this year's competition eradicated the myth that Barbados is merely about sun, sea, and sand. Writers dared to engage with issues of race, sexuality, cultural taboos with a sense of honesty that is often hidden beneath the surface by our hypocritical society. In this context, many stories avoided the seemingly superficial world of contrived storytelling and provided many thought-provoking and deeply felt experiences.
Musician Nicholas Branca is aiming to make his performance at this month's Naniki Music Festival a memorable one. He will be appearing with his big band.
The night is also extremely emotional for me because I will be playing with Roberta as well. I've been playing with her now for 10 years. We have never played in Barbados before. To play with her here and to also play on my own is an experience that I'm already unable to sleep, having to process in my head the fact that the Barbadian public will be seeing me on stage with her and she will be standing in the wings watching me play by myself, but she has never done.
Roberta Flack will headline the Naniki Festival. Other acts include British reggae band Aswad, Trinidadian panist Rudy Smith, and our own Edwin Yearwood. The festival opens on Wednesday. Up next is Geraldine Edward with this week's commentary.
There are mixed views about whether the Barbados economy has started to make a turn for the better. What we can be sure about is that we have not passed the worst of the austerity measures imposed by government. People are still struggling to make ends meet as disposable income has been hit by increased taxation and rising costs. It has forced us to prioritize. Let this be a guide for every day, not only when times are tough. Buy the things you need, grow what you can, save for a rainy day, and spend wisely. In the words of Calypsonian Red Plastic Bag, if you take what you have and use it wisely, you too can live in this world happily. So separate the wants from the needs.
In sport, Barbados are in danger of not qualifying for the Final Four segment of the West Indies one-day tournament, the Nagico Super 50. They lost narrowly to Jamaica at Queen's Park Oval on Monday night, leaving the Pride on 4 points after 3 games in Group A, behind Jamaica on 10 and leaders Trinidad and Tobago Red Force on 12 points. It means Barbados must win their remaining 3 matches and hope that one of the other contenders lose at least 2 of theirs. The other team in the group are lightweights ICC Americas. And finally, police say 2 13-year-old boys in Pennsylvania are facing disorderly conduct charges after one agreed to be set on fire so the other could film it and post it online. PennLive.com reports the stunt took place on New Year's Day. State police say one of the boys put lighter fluid on his clothes and the other used a blowtorch to ignite the clothing while he recorded it. Police say the boy who was on fire had a difficult time extinguishing the flames but eventually managed to put them out, avoiding injury. In a news release, the state police say the public should know that such incidents, regardless of their intentions and the end result, can result in charges. The stunt was never posted online. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Midweek Nation on Wednesday or subscribe to our e-paper.